Hi, I'm Ray Sheen, and it's now time to talk about one of our favorite topics, meetings. Who doesn't love meetings and wish that they had more of them? Yeah, right. Well, let's talk about them anyway.
I'm going to start with the Project Pulse meeting. Pulse meetings are quick meetings to track the near-term progress on a project. I've said that they are less than 15 minutes, and I have found that they're often less than 10 minutes if managed well. The focus in the Pulse meeting is what has happened since the last Pulse. The team does not need to review the project goals or review the entire plan from day one to day last, just what has happened since the last meeting. And the focus is on status, not technical reviews of the activities. So each individual reports what tasks they have finished and what they've started since the last Pulse. If an issue has come up, they can raise it, but the Pulse meeting does not resolve it. That will be a different meeting. Also, if there is some coordination required for activities that must start before the next Pulse, it is appropriate to mention those. The key to successful Pulse meetings is to keep them focused on status and not turn them into issue resolution. One of the reasons I like the term Pulse meeting is that it also conveys the urgency or crisis element of a project. Just like your pulse rate quickens when you are under stress, the pulse rate for a project team should be more frequent for a project that is under stress or in a crisis. But when things settle down, those daily Pulse meetings can stretch back out to just once a week. Now, I said that we don't do problem resolution in a Pulse meeting, but that does not mean we don't do problem resolution. These meetings can occur with both project teams and functional business teams. Problem resolution meetings are focused meetings whose goal is to understand and solve a problem the team has encountered. Of course, that means that these meetings are only scheduled when there is a problem. No problem, no meeting. Since the focus is on solving a problem, the only attendees that are needed are those who can contribute to the solution. In some cases, that may be the entire team, but usually it is not. In fact, it is much more productive to invite non-team members who are subject matter experts in some aspect of the problem or proposed resolution than it is to require all team members to attend even though they may have nothing to offer. Also, think about where to hold the meeting. It is a problem-solving meeting, so you may want to hold it at the location of the problem. Or you may want to have a meeting in a room with lots of space for brainstorming and storyboarding. If the problem requires several meetings, you may want to change the venue based upon the goal of each meeting. Again, this is in contrast to the Pulse meeting, which is normally in the same meeting location for each meeting. While everyone on the team will soon realize how the Pulse meetings are run, the problem resolution meetings are often unique. Each one has a different purpose. So send out an agenda and let people know ahead of time what is planned so they can come prepared with data or analysis. And in particular, if the schedule demands that a decision must be made at this meeting, let everyone know that. This could influence who will attend, and they can come prepared to commit their organization to the problem resolution path. Well, those are some special case team meetings. Let's now step back to a more general level and discuss some best practices for running team meetings. There are two key considerations that will drive all of your meeting planning and execution. Those two considerations are who will attend and what is the purpose of the meeting. Based upon those answers, you can plan meeting logistics, meeting agenda, and determine how best to achieve a successful meeting. Once you have determined the purpose and attendees, then you can plan how best to achieve the purpose given the way the attendees normally interact with each other. Should it be formal or informal? This is often driven by the preference of attendees. Do you want attendees to bring presentations to review or just bring discussions? Or both? Regardless, you will need to let people know so they can be prepared. And of course, based upon the attendance, you can determine whether to do face-to-face meetings, WebEx, teleconference, or some other format. Well, let's finish this up with a review of the meeting planning details. You need to get an agenda and logistics information to people in time for them to plan. Think about how much time you will need and when is the best time for the meeting. Setting a detailed analysis meeting for late afternoon on a Friday is probably not a good idea. Consider the possible facility constraints. If it is a presentation meeting, can everyone see the screen? Will the room be big enough? Does it have the right technology? Depending upon the meeting, you may also have some food or amenities. Think about your attendees and the time of day to be sure there is something appropriate for everyone. Finally, plan who will take minutes, record actions, and the meeting follow-up. They should be prepared for their assigned role.
Meetings are a reality of doing business today and definitely an aspect of team communications. So do them well. Keep Keep them focused on the meeting purpose and organized to achieve the meeting goal.